you also have done some other very interesting things, and I noticed you have something here on the desk. Tell me what that is.
Well, this is a locking pin for a pool toy I developed. We were in a pool, London and I, my youngest daughter, and we were talking about kids that actually have put up websites or their parents have gotten them involved in projects that ended up being very successful. Like there's one girl that has a line of jewelry that she's been very successful. There's another girl that's come up with a line of flip-flops that she has been able to really expand on. And I said, London, we should do something. What should we do? And she was playing with a bunch of pool noodles, and she said, I wish I could build something with these pool noodles. So I'm going, that's not a bad idea, London. So I broke out my engineering side of me and started thinking about how to do that. And I came up with a kind of a skeletal system that you can make various joints for, and you can lock them together. This is a T-joint, and this is a corner joint. And so with this simple little locking pin, you can slide it in and lock it in there, and then lock this in there. And you could essentially build almost anything.
With the pool noodles?
With pool noodles, yeah. Here's an example of a raft. You could do a small raft with this. And in between here are ABS plastic or PVC plastic that's locked into it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a raft. But you could build boxes, you could put a grid out on your pool, you could play tic-tac-toe, you could put up pool lanes, you could build a house.
Wow. And you did that with the pool noodles and your invention there. Or London's invention there that you just put.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is the basis for it, but the key is, the joints are pretty simple, and it's just this little simple locking pin. And with this, they just be popped in and they pop out, and you can lock it together. The kids can play with it, and so it's essentially a rector set for the pool. You could build a chair. You could, there's no limit to what you want to do with it. So that's the idea of it.
So this was a child. When you sometimes hear some of these types of stories, like maybe on Shark Tank or something, where someone said, "Oh, this would be neat if you could do this," and then the adult with some kind of creative or engineering background says, "What could we do?" And you just made the invention after a conversation with your youngest daughter.
Right. So.
And how's that going? Is it anything you can share that's not top secret?
Well, for quite a while, we had some aspirations of coming out with the small raft first, and then we were going to market that first. And then once that got going, I do have set up the website. I do own lulunoodles.com, and lulunoodles.com is trademarked, so that we could go ahead and expand it, put it up on the website, sell all the parts. And so people could buy the parts and then build whatever they wanted with it, and then come up with various kits. But the cost was one of the issues. My Chinese manufacturer couldn't get the cost down to a price point that made it functional for me to do it. And so I don't think I had the best avenue at that point in time. So I kind of let it go to rest for a while. And then a couple of weeks ago, I got a call from a manufacturing company in the United States that came across my patent and said, "Hey, we really like your patent. We think we can really do something with it. We have a lot of requests for new toys, and this is perfect." They first wanted to find out if I was interested. I said, "Sure, I'm interested." And so they spent another week looking at it and talking about it, looking at relative costs and what they could do with it. And they called me back and said, "Yeah, we'd like to license it." So they've licensed it. And these are all the parts I can show you right now, because I've sent all the other components off to them so that they can use that for their marketing.
So, and if it takes off, are you gonna stop being a dermatologist and start getting on infomercials and promoting the Lulu Noodles? No.
I'm just going to let them do their thing, because I'm into other stuff.
Okay.
This is just on the side. Now, that'd be great. I mean, if it takes off, stuff like that, I'll just take my revenues and just go from there.
So Lulu, is there any significance behind that name? Is that
Lulu is London's nickname, my youngest's nickname. So Lulu, she came up with a thing, so I named it for sure.
That's great. Good. Give her some credit for us. Is her name on the patent at all?
No, the patent office doesn't actually let you do that.
Okay, we just want to make sure.